How we doing, everybody? Cheers for joining. Oh no, I remember where I left off. Cheers for joining the live stream, everybody. I hope you all have a good weekend. I don't think I'm able to put stuff on my horse, man, because I'm being too greedy as usual. Man, I swear I'm too greedy in this game. It was the same with the first game. Always try and take everything I can, man. Oh man, this is no bueno, man. I feel like I'm gonna need to drop stuff. I'm gonna just drop stuff. Wrong button. Oh wait, put that one. Put that one there. I dropped something else I wanted to put on there, but I'm not picking it back up, man. There's too much stuff. I'm doing good, Joe, mate. Cheers for joining the live stream, man. How are you, mate? I hope you have a good Friday. What's your plans for the weekend, mate? Right, I've got an issue with this, man. I'm too greedy in this game, sir. But I know you need to you need to get as much money in this game as you can. Well, in the first game it was like that. I feel like it's been a wee bit easier to get groschen, to get money in this playthrough, or in KCD2. I always do this to myself though. Right, that'll do. Look at all the stuff. Look at all the stuff I just dropped, man. Fucking greedy belly, man. Honestly. Right, why was I heading? We'll see about that, pal. Sorry, Matt, you got in my way, son. You alright, wee man?
You're my doggy, eh?
Yeah, I'll take his groschen though, that's all I'm taking. And his dice.
Here, Mutt.
Right, I hope that stuff's going to be there when I come back, but I don't think it is going to.
Go. Quick. Go.
Right, aye, I can't get in there. Wasn't sure if it was this side.
Whoa! You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Some people like to say that, but other people disagree with that.
And now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In the south,
Right, let's go up and do this mission now. Wait, can I get a wee wash in here? Wait, so have I not got any... I have.
Going to end well. Get him there.
Smells like trouble to me.
Right, they're gonna square go. Right, I usually put bets on and watch it, but because I'm right at the start of the live stream, I don't want to do that. I want to just jump straight into the mission.
You really won't have anything to drink?
You know it is forbidden for me.
What do you got?
I've come about that charter you're looking for.
Have you got it?
Yes.
By Christ, Henry. All them men couldn't find it, and you just come strolling in. And the soldiers who were taking it to Sedlitz? Did you find them as well?
Aye. But they weren't planning to go to Sedlitz. They deserted, and were hiding out in the sawmill near Lahota.
Horsons? Where are they now? What did you do with them?
I took care of them. They got what they deserved.
Well, well, he might look like a stripling, but he's anything but. Nice work. That's your mission accomplished, then. You're one of us from now on, Henry.
That's
Here,
Captain Bernard
take our
as
Waffen
well.
rock and wear it
See
with
from
pride.
KCD1.
And you know what? I think you should get paid right now. And a bit extra,
I
even
agree
if
too.
I have to go without.
So we can move out from the camp at last?
First things first. You know the first thing every real soldier does when he gets paid? He gets shit drunk! Musa, did you hear
Get
that?
shit-faced.
Henry here found us that stupid document.
And he dealt with the traitors. Perhaps even too well for my taste.
Let them rot in hell, the Horsens.
And what now? Will you head out for Sedlitz?
The sooner the better. Don't tell me
How
you'll
we doing,
miss me.
modern mate?
It is
Give
just
me a wee
that
second, pal.
you have not finished telling me the story of George and the dragon.
Really? All right, but telling a story like that needs a proper drink first. You too, Henry. Drink.
Me? I don't drink much.
Call yourself a man? As your captain, I order you to have a fucking drink. I don't like drinking alone.
Listen, Henry can
forget
drink like a
about
goldfish, mate.
Alcohol and gambling may have their uses, but they are also sinful. And much more sinful than beneficial. I mean, look at yourself. A man should have 4 humors in his body. But you have replaced them all with alcohol.
You're no saint yourself. I've heard from the bathhouse wenches how you can't take your eyes off them.
Every creature is beautiful and noble. For Allah created them thus. I'm just admiring his...
See, I was thinking he was
You got
Muslim a
away
wee bit
with
there
words,
too,
I'll
like,
give you that.
because I
All
wasn't
the
too
more
sure if he
reason
was
I don't
African, but then again, I know, like, a
don't
lot
drink
of
and
Africans,
play
especially
dice.
up in the
I
north of
simply
Africa, are
do
Muslim.
not want to.
But
But I fucking do.
I wasn't
So
too
come
sure.
on,
But
Henry.
when he mentioned that he
You'll play
didn't
with
drink
me at
alcohol
least.
there, I kind of thought, I don't play dice, mate.
Thank you, sir. But I'm no good at dice.
You dare turn down your captain?
Right.
It's not
You'll
my
play.
captain, mate.
That's an order.
No, really. Lady Fortune has it in for me.
She's a bitch, eh? In that case, we'll just drink, but no
You can't beat a
slacking
wee
off,
bit of
all
homemade
right?
curry, mate.
Or I'll beat
Or just
you
homemade
black.
food in general.
Never mind. What are we going to drink to then?
Let's say Wenceslas. Oh, man, right, let's do it, fuck
Long
it.
live King Wenceslas.
Long live.
Let him live, but not on the Bohemian throne. And don't overdo it with the booze, lad, or it might cost you your head.
I didn't even have a drop of drink there, mate. I didn't know how that was going to play out there, because I'm in Sigurdsman's camp. Kind of thought I would have ended up going to town on all with them there. Pick a fight. I hope you're doing well though, Modder. Cheers everybody for being here.
George hops on his white steed
You too, Joe, mate. If you're still here, pa, I appreciate you, mate.
to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom.
stench of sulfur. It's wafting from it. And so, he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Tuts bezeni. Kitchen outdoors.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of
They're
him.
one of the bandits.
We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
You were bickering back and forwards a few times when I was here the last time.
Explain to me. What the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him.
You two, go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it?
Aye, because we're up in the main wee part where I thought that Eric guy was. Where it wouldn't let us buy it. Like, the guards kept on chasing us away after we certain
What are your
part of the
orders,
mission.
Lord of Burblaka?
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
Well, that never would have occurred to me. We're lucky to have you here.
Don't make me mad. If your
Cannot
men had
beat
done
Iron
their
Brew, man.
sentry duty properly, we could have spared ourselves this fuck up.
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radovan, don't you?
My bad, everybody.
Now
I
we
need to
have
buy
to
a
do
wee
something.
fan thing
All right.
for my
You
my
search this
PS5,
place,
man.
And I'll go to see Chertan in the infirmary.
Right now? What good can you do there? Be better if you help me here.
Do what I said and don't concern yourself with me. I'll go where I want, when I want.
Fine. Go to hell for all I care. So, Henry, Chertan's at death's door. Musa is up to his elbows in his guts. Grosov won't do a fucking thing.
Right, that
I'm
Musa.
pissed out of my head. I'd like to hear any suggestions.
Right, hold on. Right. I remember they showed off the DLCs, like what they were called and stuff. Never showed off any gameplay of the DLCs that are coming soon. But that Musa, I'm sure he was one of the guys that were in like one of the cover things. Before the game came out, it showed all the DLCs, what they had planned for in the future. And I'm sure he was in one of them anyway. But I'm sure this is the guy who everybody was freaking out about. Like, saying that they never had like, Muslims back in the day in here. But see, back, like, man, right. People forget the Roman art, right, I'm going to go on a rant here, by the way. People forgot, right, the Romans went worldwide, right? But people think, see, when you think of the Roman armour, they think it was just Rome. It was people from all over the world. People from Africa, everything, you know. So they even came to Scotland back in the day too. The Roman army, and it wasn't just like people from Italy, obviously. Like I said, they took people from all the countries they conquered, really. So a lot of people from different countries did go travelling back in the days, like for different reasons and that too. Like, and we did have a lot of trade back in the day as well too. You know, not as much as what we do nowadays, obviously, because of the, like, cars and planes and boat. Well, there was boats back in the day too, but not like fucking machine operated boats. You know what I mean?
The most important thing is to keep this hushed up. Things will really go to shit if anyone finds out.
It's true. Doesn't take much to get that Cuman rabble's blood up.
Right, I feel like I
wanna
should
end
stir the
up
pot
in
here
gulag.
because I'm...
We're gonna have to sort this out. Being a commander here is a right pain in the arse.
Because I'm basically a
Soldiering
spy in
was
here.
different in my day.
We're on different
Nobody
sides,
would have
us
dared
and these guys.
stab an officer right in the camp. Kurva. You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take care of something in my tent for a while. And you take a torch and
He's
search
gonna go and
this
poo his
place.
wire.
Hold on. You're not gonna help me?
No? Not till I have a piss, at least.
He's a way to go and poo his wee wire. Poo his wee pudding.
And lo and behold,
Fuck Sigurdsman.
where might this trail of blood lead to?
Right, there is a wee drop of blood there. There's a pick
Why
lock.
would anyone throw away a lockpick here? Could it be I'm not the only one looking to make mischief here? Aha.
Catherine's here too,
So this
right
is
enough. I
most
don't
likely
think
where
this
they
was
used the
Catherine.
lockpick.
I feel like this was a bandit.
Powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store will be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that?
Right, there was a wee spot of blood there. Right, they came over here too. There's a dagger.
A dagger in a pool of blood. Jesus, that must be the one Chertan was stabbed with. But there's nothing special about it.
Right, they
It's
washed
the kind
themselves.
ordinary soldiers carry. Trying to find its owner will probably be futile.
Wait, what else was that there? Or it was just a nettle, I think. Right, I'm not really seeing anything. Hold on.
So this is where Chertan lives.
Was that the cumin?
That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside.
Can try and get his key. Steal the key off his body if I can. Right, there'll be a bit of blood in that there too, but it's not letting me examine it. I feel like fucking Sherlock Holmes right now. I'm not really seeing anything here. So it must go back up the way. Because I'm not seeing any other blood. Or trails. Right, that's you. Just have a wee wander around and now. Right, so that must have been it just up this end anyway. I thought it would have been like a wee trail or something. Right, that led to that. And then from there I don't know what. Well, we ended up going in there and that was that guy's wee tent, but Right, I'll ask.
At your
I'll ask
service,
about
sir.
maybe.
Was it you who found Chertan?
Aye. Me and my comrade there.
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't know nothing. We didn't do nothing.
I never said you did. Now, I've got my eye on you.
What did you do when you found Chertan?
It all happened so fast. Before we could come to our senses and decide what to do, Crow turned up.
Crow?
Aye. He heard the racket and came to see what was going on. And I'll tell you, when he saw Chertan, he went as pale as a ghost. But he snapped out of it quick, and told us to wait for him to go and get cats. If it wasn't for him, Chertan would have bled to death there.
You really didn't see anything? You're standing there on the tower, and you don't hear a man getting murdered? That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Are you deaf?
Just a bit like...
I told you we didn't notice nothing.
No, I believe you. But that only tells me you weren't taking your guard duty as seriously as you claim you were.
Well, it's possible.
What's possible?
It's possible we dozed off for a while.
Oh, Christ. I knew it. You two were asleep up there.
No, we might have just shut one eye for a moment, but we wasn't sleeping. We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before Chertan started yelling, it was all peace and quiet.
How did you find Chertan?
I don't remember too well. I remember we heard someone yelling. So we ran down to the ammunition store, and there he was on the ground.
As far as I know, there were two of you on guard duty on the tower. What's the other soldier like?
Him? God's teeth. He's the most annoying bloke I've ever met. Can't keep his mouth shut. A complete twat.
Anyone can be a bit of a twat sometimes.
But he out-twats them all. He never stops banging on about the most run-of-the-mill things. Like, he was living in a cave until now. I try to tell him I'm not fucking interested, but he doesn't take any notice. Between you and me, it's quite a relief that this business with Chertan shut him up for a while.
Have you noticed anyone suspicious hanging around by the powder store recently?
There's always someone going in and
Aye,
out.
somebody rigged that up
But
to blow.
no strangers. Not everyone can get up to that part of the camp. In fact, everyone who has access came to the place where Chertan was lying.
Hold on. Right, I'll talk to him in a wee minute. Right, there must be more clues as well though. Right, let's go down and talk to him.
Good to see you.
Greetings. How did you find Chertan, actually?
We heard yelling, so we went to take a look. I don't miss nothing, see? And there was Chertan, crawling in pool of the blood and babbling something. But I don't understand their gibberish, do I?
Before the murder, did you see anyone hanging around by the powder store? Doing something with the lock, maybe? Or already inside, even?
Nobody went up there the whole night. I'm telling you, we was watching like hawks.
I don't know, like I just heard that you fell asleep, mate.
There were two of you on guard duty, yeah? What's the other soldier like?
Him? He's a good pal of mine. The best in the whole camp. Always happy to listen to what I have to say, and that's plenty, believe me. The things I've seen since we left Prague. I'd never have dreamt of some of the things I've seen in this world.
Right, there's got to be something else, man. Right, where was that body? Where did that body get moved to? Right, I'm not sure where that boy's body is, unless it's like in here. No. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna need to go and talk to that guy now. Just give me a wee minute though. So this was where they were.
Well, well. So the watchmen were boozing instead of watching.
How we doing, Wes, bro? Cheers for joining the live stream, mate. I hope you're doing alright, man.
The guards must have seen something from here.
Must have, mate, because...
If they weren't drinking, that is.
But then again, they did fall asleep.
This is how they all guard this camp. We could torch the place to the ground and no one would notice.
Aye, so they two fell asleep drunk. We came across somebody trying to rig this up to blow in here when they were sleeping up there. So that guy who, the Cuman guy who's been stabbed must have seen the people doing this, confronted them, got stabbed. They heard the scream when they were sleeping. They've came down, seen them lying there like that, and then we found a couple of clues as well, but that's the way I'm getting it right now anyway. That's what I feel like's happened, so I'm going to confront these guys for drinking.
Good boy.
I hope you're doing well, Wes, bro. What's your plans for the weekend, bro? So I can't confront them for drinking. I wanted to try and find the human who got stabbed, to see if I could see if he had a key on him to check what was in the chest, but I've not came across his body at all. Right, so that guy's in here. Where's Musa? In fact, he must be with the guy, but
where else should I look? Feels like I've already looked everywhere.
How should I know? And maybe take a look around the front area where Grozov and I have our tents.
right, I did have a wee look down there, but I never seen anything. But there must be something, because he wouldn't have mentioned that. Right, I did have a wee look in here, can't see nothing. Somebody's been hunting her. Unless it was meaning these tents up here where we found the clues. I like that clue here. And then the other wee clue down next to the boy's tent who got stabbed. Right, I've no clue who's done this. I haven't came across any clues to say exactly who did this, but I feel like the wee guy who lived in the cave, this wee guy down here, him, I feel like he's got more to do with this than what he's letting on. I do feel like this guy here did literally just fall asleep drunk, but who knows? There's only one way to find out, eh? I've only went onto it ones today, bro. Was it the update today for the new update? Was it today, bro? I've not really had much, but I've run out of the hourglasses as well, mate, because I used them quite a lot in the last event we had there, bro. But I've been noticing a few of the Pokemon and that too, what I do actually know as well, but there's some of them that I don't know for like 100% anyway. But I did watch that what you sent me the other day there too, mate. The what was that called again? I can't remember what that was called. Pokemon Day or something like that. I seen that they're getting a stadium game as well for Nintendo and mobile phones, so that's quite decent that as well, mate. I'm glad that it's settled down now to that fire. So is it out completely? Aye. Aye, that looked wild, that picture you sent me, mate. So did it go into the villages and like the towns and stuff like that too, the fire, mate, aye? Fucking madness, man. That was nuts when you showed us that, mate. See, and was it a wildfire as well? Like not somebody, not arsoning, but like proper just wildfires. That's one thing that I'm quite happy about in Scotland. It's too cold for wildfires, and we get the rain constantly. Right, so there's nothing else lying around. Wait, there, go up here.
I'm sorry.
You fucking better be, pal. Right, nothing here. Right, I've 100%, I'm sure I've got everything here. I'm like sure as shit, I've just checked everywhere, man. Right, let's go and talk to this guy up here. Hey, wake up, you old bastard.
Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
See, whoever did this is clearly on our side, right? Like in the war, they're on our side. So I feel like I shouldn't snitch and don't tell them exactly what I found. Because whoever, like I said, whoever it is on our side in the war. I don't think it was Catherine, but then again it could have been Catherine as well, because she's here, she's in this camp as well right now.
The guards back there on the tower drink on duty. I found lots of wine there.
Pigs? Don't they know only the commander's allowed to drink on duty? I'll punish them. But that won't help our search. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something. Come on, let's go and see if Moose is done with him yet.
Where the fuck have you been all this time?
Who the fuck are you talking to, goatee guy?
With cocks up there. Chertan croaked.
What?
Oh, is he dead?
Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
Stay quiet. I know, wait, I'm on Mr. side. I think he's actually quite a cool guy.
You think he'd sit with us all evening like everything was fine, and then decide out of the blue to kill someone?
Can
I know, I don't see it.
Explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. Sir Grozav is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was
I'll
bleeding
check if
heavily,
it's in the Wonder
and
Pack,
his
mate.
wounds needed stitching.
See, after this
He
live stream, mate.
survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
What nonsense is that?
Stay silent
Someone
now.
must have poisoned the wine while I was not looking.
Oh, he was hiding under the table waiting for you to turn your back, was he?
Where did you get the wine from? I thought you didn't drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer,
Straight up
they
spirits.
almost always shit themselves.
That's enough.
Shit up.
Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Nappy
Wait,
off.
sir. As Henry here said, Musa was with us all evening.
Aye, he was with
I have
us
no
all
idea
night.
what happened here, but Chertan was stabbed first. Musa couldn't have done that.
So, he's in league with someone else.
With one of the half-wits here, I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my honor.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Aye,
Might
defo.
I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir, give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up.
Right, see if
Have
it's
my
one of
word.
the...
What? But sir, you said we were going to move out first thing in the morning.
Things have changed a bit since then, or haven't you noticed? Not even a handcart carrying dung will leave the camp till I give the order.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets.
Right, he was with us, so it definitely wasn't
and my
him.
advice to you two is to sit on your asses and
I know
twiddle your
there's been
thumbs.
tension in the camp with
If word gets out
Cremens
that
and
Chertan's
the
been done
bandits.
in, things will get pretty hot around here for all
But
of us.
Catherine's here too, so
Where do
she
you
could have
think you're
just been
going,
trying to
Henry?
sabotage stuff, got
Stay
caught
here.
by this guy, the
Talk.
crewman, and stabbed him.
What do you say to all this?
So I really don't know. Like, I don't want to tell them everything I find, just in case it is Catherine, but I don't want this Musa to get blamed for it, you know, because he was with us all this time. So it couldn't have been him.
Well, sir, I may not understand what all this is about, but I think we should help Musa somehow.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
Well, what are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all
That's
sorts of
100%
counterfeiters,
Bernard,
rebels,
as
and
well from the
murderers,
first
too.
game.
Sigismund
Person
may
is
not
playing the
have
voice
appointed
actor for
one
this
yet,
character.
but I've heard he's put Stieber of Stiebersitz in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, and Gorzov brings him here, we're all in the shit.
Who is this Stibor of Stiebersitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary. You don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
You really don't have any idea what to do next?
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
Aye, we could send Catherine up. I could kill him. That's the option I would really like to go with mostly. Just no fucking around. But might be able to get Catherine up here if they open the gates again. But see, because they closed the gates, they might not. Because of what happened here, they closed the gates, so I feel like they might not let me get a girl from the bathhouse to come up.
I know one of the bathhouse wenches. Maybe she could distract the guard while I slip past and talk to Musa.
That's not a bad idea. If you can talk her into it, that's bound to work. Off
Right.
you go, then.
How much time do we have for this investigation?
2 days at most, I'd say. Then Sigismund's deputy will arrive from Sedlitz. And Henry, be careful. I'm depending on you.
Right, so if this was Catherine that actually did this, she will tell us. Like, because we're on the same side, you know. Wait there. Where is he? Was it him? It was this guy. Oh, how did he's knocked out? He's basically dead. Right, just let me do something quickly. Oh fuck, I can't save it. Well, I can, but I was going to try and knock him out,
You're
steal
always welcome
that
here,
key
noble sir.
off him to see what he had in the trunk. But just give me a wee second, everybody. I'm going to try that. Just bear with me. Because Henry said to me, like, see, when we were looking for clues, we came across his tent. The guy who's been, like, stabbed. And Henry mentioned his chest. And they mentioned that, like, that it was a difficult one, so he must be keeping something in there. What the other person wanted. So I've been trying to think to myself, like, if we could... Like, I thought the guy was dead. I was sure as shit the guy was dead. It's none of them, it was this guy here, I'm positive of it.
Careful.
So, he's dead, though. So,
What are you trying to fool, you scoundrel?
fuck all, mate. Unless it was him right there.
Huh? Did I?
He's dead now, anyway. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, you pooch. What?
Hey, hey.
Surrender!
No, no,
You
no, no.
must have committed that murder.
I didn't commit that murder, but well, I did, technically. Right, that's why I wanted to save it. I want to know what's in his chest, though, because Henry pointed that out to me. There's only a few. Right, the gates are open again. Right, let's go down and see if we can get Catherine. We've got 2 days. Right, I can't remember if it was straight down this way or... Aye. I think I went the wrong way there.
You won't believe. I've traveled the whole world.
No,
and
you
now
haven't,
I
eh?
will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced.
Right, Catherine, was this you? Where are you?
I'm at your service, sir.
Where's Catherine? You see, with her not being here, kind of makes me think that was her even more. Oh wait, is she here? Aye, there she is.
There's something I need your help with.
Oh, what a surprise. What is it this time?
There's a guard posted outside Moose's tent. I need to lure him away for a while. So I thought...
That I could use my feminine charms on him?
Something like that.
You're out of luck. I have my own problems now. I told you when I was bathing you, remember? But maybe if you were to help me out...
What was our plan for that cannon again?
Right, we needed
it's all a bit confusing.
No, I remember.
It's a bit complicated.
It's on the move, you need to ambush
Stealing
it.
the cannon from the camp is impossible. There are too many people around. But the Pragas who are in charge of it are getting ready to leave for Sedlitz. Well, they were before it all went to hell. So you have to help them sort out their mess. So they'll finally take the cannon and move out.
And when they leave the camp, we'll ambush them and steal the cannon.
So I can't move though, I can't leave the camp right now at all because there's been a murder. Anywho, so I feel like if we did that, stealing the cannon first, before this mission, then she would have helped us here.
We have to talk.
I hope it's important. The less we're seen together, the better.
Oh, you bet it's important. Someone poisoned Chertan, the Cuman's commander.
Alright, that is bad. Damn it! You're not involved in this, are you?
No.
I was thinking the same
I
about
have to
you.
find the murderer. Kat said he won't set off for Sedlitz
So it's
until
no
it's
her.
cleared up.
That old sod. He's never gonna get off that lazy ass of his.
Well, I think you already know everything important. I'd better be off.
I could have been doing with your help there, Catherine. So we can leave. Okay then. Okay then. The guy said that nobody was able to leave. Right, that's a timed main mission too. Main missions aren't usually timed. I've only came across 2 in this playthrough that are timed. But like side missions are. Anyway, I know that. Right, so we can leave. Okay then. Aye, but I want to try and get this done rapid first. Wait there, what's that down there? Right, he's down there. What's this? I did ask Catherine, but she told me to fuck off.
Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
But Katz himself sent me. I'm supposed to give a message to Musa.
Then you'll have to shout out the message, because nobody's allowed to see him.
Oh. What are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. They just came and said I should guard the physician and not let him out of my sight. Even if he wants a piss, I have to go with him. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on, would you?
I heard someone was threatening Musa. They're afraid someone might come and cut his throat. So they thought it best to have him under guard. But you didn't hear it from me. Got that?
Mother of God! Why do I have to be the one to guard him? Am I supposed to get my throat cut for him?
Right, hold on. Right, I don't know what one's going to work. I feel like I'm best doing this one, but in a way I've... Oh, fuck it, go it.
Why don't you go for a walk or something? Who knows what's happening with Musa? You don't want to get mixed up in anything dangerous.
You might be onto something there. And Musa ain't going nowhere, is he? After all, where could a fella like him hide?
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozav said...
Now, to hell with Grozav. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinje sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood soon after. He was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borum Laka arrived and started to go mad.
Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozav poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I could not poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry.
Catherine?
A pretty girl. Black hair.
No, it
nicely
wasn't her.
built. Catherine, I think she's called.
She's got ginger hair.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to.
Right, I better go and talk to
The
Catherine
wine must
again
have
then.
been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
But wouldn't it be enough to search the whole camp? I don't imagine many people here keep poison on them, eh?
You would be surprised, my friend. I may not be an expert, but I know that many everyday things are actually poisonous. What is more, you cannot just run around the camp searching people and then try to figure out which of that horde is the murderer.
How can we identify the poison, then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? Can't be that hard, can it?
Certainly not. Why study something for years when common sense is enough? I'm sorry. That was not courteous of me. I'm sure you will manage somehow. The first thing to do is to go to Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked. But I trust you will manage somehow.
I can't, man. It's too hard for me, mate.
You have a whole book just about poisons? Where did you get it?
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Cherton's body and read the book. I can manage that.
Right, so Catherine gave him the wine, right? Catherine gave him the wine, so if she has got anything to do with this, like, I've gone in to side with her because we're on the same side, but I've just seen there it saying, can I help him escape? So if it was her, I'm still going to try and help him escape. Right, let's go down and talk to Catherine again now, quickly.
My humble respects.
Right, so it's not letting us talk to her about the wine that she gave Musa.
What'll it be?
Right, never mind then. I kind of thought we would be able to go down and talk to her about that wine.
I'm sorry.
You were fucking drunk and fell asleep, I blame you.
Fucking job, huh?
Oh, so this is the guy here. Right, I knew that.
Alright. Here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God. Don't let me miss anything. And forgive me for what I'm doing to this
100%, mate. Like, I
unfortunate
don't trust her fully, that Catherine Lassie. But she saved me and you chicks as well. Me and Sir Jan and Godwin. Like, literally, we were sitting getting tortured and she saved us, so I'm on the fence with her. I do kind of trust her, but in a way I don't. But like I said, if it was her, if we come across it was her who done this, I need to make out that it wasn't her. But I seen that it said for that Musa, that we were able to ask him if we could help him escape. So if we find out it was her, I'm going to try and still get him out of this because he never had anything to do with it.
He looks a bit ruddy. But is that from the poison? Or was he just drunk? I can't see anything strange here. No bruises or broken lips. I suppose the murderer surprised him and didn't give him a chance to defend himself. Ah, what a stench. Coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up.
Aye, it kind of looks like shit that you. There's his body there.
There's
Or
no way
his
I'm
neck.
examining that.
Examine it, Henry.
That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Cherton. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly, all close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp.
But there has been a wee bit of tension, no, I have been noticing that between the humans and the bandits in this camp.
Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. These things can't tell me anything, unfortunately.
Did you not take that key there, no? Check his pockets for a key.
He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms.
Right, so he had spasms. There's the wound in his stomach, a few stab wounds.
Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasm started?
But then again, would have known to be on the other way.
Hurts just to think about it.
Like facing the other way, because he would have been lying on the table like that, you know. So unless he had his arms under the table and starting clawing away at them, but then apparently he was spazzing.
Completely rigid, just like the arms. But Christ, what a stink! He shot himself.
Aye, I was thinking that too.
God, that's rank. I'll examine some other part of him instead. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He had spasms, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Right, so spasms, the nails were damaged a bit. The stab wounds in his stomach. I don't know if he said anything about the feet, just other than contorted, or whatever it's called. Same with his arms or his body.
You have a kind master, eh?
Take all of it if I can. Try not get caught, man. I've got enough bandages. Oh, so that's his... Okay, nice one. That's a bonus right there.
Hey, I have an idea. Get together a few friends and we'll wrestle.
Good idea.
Right, let's head back to Mrs. tent. Right, so it must not be the same one.
Who do you think killed Cherton?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
Right, what was that other wee guy's name again? See, I was kind of thinking that one of them would found the guy. But then again, right, there was two soldiers, like I mentioned, but they fell asleep drunk, apparently. I believe that one of them did, but the other guy, I feel like, might be bullshitting. I feel like that was the plan for him, to get him drunk, get him to fall asleep, and then he was going to sabotage a few things, got caught, and that's where we are right now, basically. But I can't say for sure, man.
But what about the two guards who found Cherton? Couldn't they have done it?
Aldebert and Radovan? It is strange they did not notice anything until it was too late. That is true.
Well, what do you think?
I think it must be someone from here. A stranger would have been noticed. What is more, most people are not allowed up to the powder store, and I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozov, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all.
That Grozov, or whatever his name is, he's been acting a wee bit dodgy too, especially with Musa. And he poured out the wine as well, which was quite strange because that would have been used for evidence, you know.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
Right, talk to you again if I can. I'm pretty sure it was him. See him? Like, I'm pretty sure he had something to do with this. But that other guy, that nobleman, I feel like he's a bit dodgy and maybe had something to do with this too. Right, hold on, what's that down there? So, where's the book? Right, hold on. Jump here at Henry. You were halfway there, mate.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
Right, so it was alright, it was for this, I knew that. Tell me that doesn't look like shit instead of blood. Is that his veins? No, it's just, it's spew, aye, but it does look like shit a wee bit. Like diarrhea from the mouth.
You silly doggy.
Right, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't this one right here. So I might just skip this. See this one right here, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. Right, it's not that one anyway either, I don't think. Aye, it's definitely not that one. Right, so the guy did shit himself and he was spewing, but he was bringing up blood, wasn't it though? Just with it saying both ends. Right, that's very well could be it. I think it was a kiss of death, I really do actually. I'm starting to think it was this one. Kind of thought maybe the first one that we read, but I'm more leaning towards this one. Right, we know it wasn't the lullaby one, because that's really just to help sleep, isn't it? Because I remember brewing that for somebody in KCD1 when we were at the monastery.
Right, that's that. I should tell Moose about what I've learned.
Right, I'm pretty sure it was the kiss of death one.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertown was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know, or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This
Didn't
name
really see.
means nothing to me.
Boils
I
on
suppose I did not get that far in the book. But if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison?
With it saying boils now, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. There was a lot from that though. The kiss of death one that, like, the symptoms this guy had with the nails, like the spasms, the throwing up both sides, like out his mouth and his arse. Because Henry did point out that the guy shot himself. I'm like 9 out of 10. Sure, I'm pretty sure it is this. If not, it was the first one, but I'm like more leaning towards this one.
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
Well, he poured the wine out.
Better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how you wanted to drink to King Wenceslas at Katz. I have nothing against him, of course. I may serve his brother, but believe me, I am not in a position that I would especially desire. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you?
I might
Really?
tell him the truth. I trust this guy, man.
Alright. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
That really makes you happy?
Not happy, exactly. But surely you did not think that I care much for this dirty camp.
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here, and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing, I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I better go and search the tents.
See, I thought he was going to join us there.
Depending on you.
So, what one's his tent? Right, so I need to brew. Do I need to brew that? Or check this guy's tent in here? Right.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison.
I'm taking it.
I wouldn't mind a piece of that. For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies.
Right, there's got to be something else. I've missed something. Right, I'm not gonna get that, like, definitely not breaking into this.
Oh, Sakra.
Aye, fucking Sakra that. I'm gonna need to try and steal a key or something. Right, I'm gonna go up here now.
Good to see you.
Oh, I tried to be a wee bit cheeky to him, but didn't let me there.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. How could anyone drink all this? Grozav doesn't strike me as a keen reader. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
It kind of sounds like the Kiss of Death, although... Just give me a wee minute. Right, see, I was thinking it was Bane to start with, right? But it definitely wasn't Bane. And that, I'm pretty 100% isn't that.
See polite people like you. God be with you.
I'm pretty sure it was a Kiss of Death, like spasms, everything. It's got everything there. The symptoms the guy was having, except from biles. And the lullaby puts you to sleep. Ah fuck, I wanted to try and see if I could jump out of that. Do a wee shortcut.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Bugger off.
I'm not going to forget that.
Right, so this was the Watchman's thing with.
The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses? Oak. And dry as a bone. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
I knew it was this guy, man. Well, I didn't think it was exactly him. I thought it was going to be the other guy.
Well, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Just a broom.
Rob what? Oh, rob the dog that's been buried. And the buck, the wooden buck. I'll take it. Mutt, do you want some dog meat, son? Right, I might be able to break into that. Fucking not then, eh?
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Cheritan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No! And get off my back!
Now stop fucking squirming and talk.
I've got nothing to say!
You fucking liar.
It was you who came to tell us that Cheriton had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Cheriton, they ran to get me.
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Cheriton and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said? It's possible. I can't remember now.
You just slipped
it all
up,
happened
mate.
so fast. And anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this shit? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going on.
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what really happened?
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth. In fact, I really was up top. It's because I had to keep an eye on you.
Me? Why, for Christ's sake?
You really don't know? You may have been given our colours, but you're still a stranger. I didn't want you running around unsupervised. But it seems you're a decent fella, so don't fuck it up now.
Where were you when Cheriton was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
You just went off to have a nap?
No. I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
I found this dagger close to the place where Cheriton was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
No, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Yeah, I've no idea.
I don't want to tell him that I know it was him.
Nobody knows anything.
I know it was him.
But everyone's got something to say.
You can't expect
Unless
it
somebody's
to be simple,
trying to
Henry.
frame him,
You
of
join
course.
the army, it's a fight for fuck's sake.
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that one before.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Cats and Groz have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
Right, but see that noble cunt as well. I don't trust him because he poured that drink out rapid. Right, I can't open that, man. Gutted. Have I got any picklocks? No. Shit. And that's for that as well, but I just can't break into it, man. I hope they do something to fix picklocking in this game for console players. For
Good to see you.
controller players, because
leave me alone.
Like, people were pissed.
Just
well,
you wait.
people didn't like the pick locking in the first game, and then they did something where you could go into the settings and then change it. It would make it a little bit easier. So I feel like, I hope they do it with this as well. Right, where's the other guy? The noble guy, where's him? Where's he? Wait, I've already been done to them too. Right, so I'm gonna need picklocks. Or another way to break into the chests. Which there might be keys lying around, in fact. Let me just check back in here and see if I can find a key. Don't see any key lying about. No problem, Wes, bro. You take care of yourself, man, and I appreciate you stopping by too, man. I'm glad that things are calming down a wee bit in your area now too, man, hopefully there wasn't too much damage as well, bro. But I appreciate your time, man, and enjoy the rest of your night, mate. Right, I don't see a key.
Ugh, stinks of vomit.
Right, I'm gonna need to buy some picklocks, man. Right, aye, we're gonna need to head out and buy some picklocks.
My humble Careful.
Is there a wee place here I can buy them, in fact?
I'm sorry.
Right, I better wait here the now.
What do you need, sir?
Show me your wares. Let's talk about the price.
Huh. Very well.
Do we have a deal?
You won't convince me with this. You see? I knew we... Thank you, sir. And come again.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
My humble respects. You silly doggy.
God bless. Greetings to you, friend.
Sorry about that, everybody. Right, let's try this other one hour here, but I'm terrible at the pick locking, man, honestly.
Bloody hell.
Pick locking solid on mouse on controller with this game, man.
Shit.
Ah, come on, man.
Damnation.
You have a kind master, eh, Mutt?
Ah, damn.
Do you have permission to be doing that?
Come on then, let's sort this out.
I'm sure we can sort this out.
You were trying to steal from us, eh, fucker? The bailiff will make short work of you. Now pay up.
I admit I was not on my best behavior. I swear on my honor that it won't happen again.
All right. No doubt it'll come in handy one day to be in your good books. So run along. But don't try anything like that again. Careful!
Can't you see I'm a nobleman, soldier? I'll complain about you.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper
I don't
military
know.
camp.
I don't trust him
Everything
either. I
here
feel like
is
there
as
was
it
a
should
couple
be.
people involved
Only
in
your
this.
soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Musa is innocent. Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who might you be?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers. He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
Let him speak, then. I'm sure he has something very important to tell us. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while.
I wasn't drunk,
Nobody would
actually. I didn't
noticed
have a
him in
drink
the
at
dark
all.
anyway.
I find that hard.
You're talking shite, mate.
But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by our corporal, Stephen, known as Crow.
What?
Me? Fucking hell, Henry.
Crow? That one with the mustache?
That's right, sir. He's Katz's right-hand man. I bet they're both mixed up in it.
Nobody asked for your opinion, but I am eager to hear yours, lad. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
Crow tried to break into the store to steal powder, but Chertan caught him in the act. A fight
See, I'm
broke
starting to
out,
think it was a noble,
and that's how it
but
ended.
he set
What
this.
nonsense?
He set him up.
Where's your proof?
I spoke to the guards who were on duty that night. They told me when they found Chertan's body, Crow just turned up all of a sudden.
He did
But
technically
he
lie
tried
to
to
us
tell
too,
me
though.
that the guard called him.
Is that all you've got against me?
Nah, mate, I've
The
got plenty
testimony
more,
of
to be
two
fair.
drunks? What if they did it and are trying to put the blame on me?
Those two didn't do anything. The blood's on your hands.
Stop all this shouting! Listening to peasants like you two is painful, so keep it short and to the point. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Crow helped carry Chertan. He must have poured it down his throat on the way.
Sir Musa, did you see anything?
In fact, I should have went with the other
No,
one.
sir.
Aye, I didn't mean
It
that
was not
one.
even possible.
I didn't mean that
We had
one.
enough trouble carrying Chertan.
It was one down for it.
Even if that happened to be true, where would I have got the poison?
Ha, I see, this is where we've got you, pal.
You brewed it yourself.
I found rosewater, nails, and oak bark in your tent. Stuff used to brew a poison called Kiss of Death. And that's exactly what was used to kill Chertan, sir.
You fucker! I don't have any of those things!
That's enough!
Well, you've been framed then, mate.
All I
Must be that noble guy then.
Cats, I hereby convict that corporal of yours for murder.
What?
Sir Grossoff, have a gallows erected.
Leave me alone!
Don't make this harder than it need be. We could have you tortured, too.
You whoresons! Just try and catch me! To hell with you!
Right, leave them to it.
Well, Lord Stieberit, I'd say we've cleared everything up.
True. Get rid of the body outside the camp. He doesn't deserve to be buried with soldiers who fell for the king. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for all this unpleasantness.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
You needn't have been afraid of that. Your sort get hanged. It's a waste of a blade.
I wouldn't laugh so much if I were
See,
you.
I'm pretty sure it was him.
Aren't
He's
up
just
to running the camp.
set the other boy up.
Under these circumstances, I can't let you remain here.
I never had enough evidence on this guy, him, right
I
there,
didn't
though.
do anything.
Exactly. And look where your inaction brought us. I will take command for the moment.
You can't do that.
Indeed, I can. And much more besides. I will live in the royal tent. I'm sure cats will be happy to leave it to me.
It's all yours. We won't be staying much longer anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
Brilliant.
What's wrong with you? You can't rob the dead.
Listen.
Pacify him. Quick.
Never!
Enough!
Right, okay, I surrender.
Enough! I give up!
I won't let you get away with robbing the dead.
Wait a moment. Sure we can come to an agreement, can't we? I didn't steal anything. That's mine.
No. No, it isn't. Don't try to make a fool out of me.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Yeah, right. Besides what's missing, this obviously doesn't belong to you either.
Right,
I'm
mate, come on.
confiscating everything. All right, that along with indulgence should be enough. But I don't want to see anything like that again.
Dickhead. Right, let's head down to the bathhouse, the now. Aye, that's that mission, never mind. Right, that other one down here must be Catherine then. Haha, we smashed you up and down this place, son! You've meant to be the best swordsman here, man. You fucking got hammered. We put him to shame.
Hear what I say about the greatest evil of all? The one called woman.
Women, I knew it, I've heard that so many times in this. Right, aye, there she is. Catherine, talk to me.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the Cumans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
Cut it out. Return to God. Pray and beg him to free
Jesus Christ be praised, brother. Right, let's head up.
What are you doing, you whistler?
Happily have done without all this.
All right, I'm ready. We can get out of here.
The sooner the better. Deserters, traitors, murders. I'm getting too old for all this. I still can't believe that Kryle betrayed us. Why the fuck didn't I notice anything earlier?
Ah, don't worry about it.
Nah, I'm
He was
pretty
one
sure it was that
wily
noble
bastard.
guy now, eh?
In any case,
I just couldn't get
company's
enough dirt
missing
on
a
him because
corporal
his
now.
chest was
And I
medium.
was thinking the
And I'm
post
shy
should
at
go to
picklocking
someone
in this
capable.
game.
You may be new, but you've been a real help to me. And the lads will obey you. I'll make sure of that. What do you say?
It's an honor to be offered the post, but
But you won't accept it?
it just strikes me as a lot of responsibility. Someone more experienced should do it.
And how the fuck will you get experience if you just sit around on your arse all your life? Well,
Listen, pal, I'm
let's
not planning
leave
to
it
stay
be
here
now.
long.
Otherwise, we won't get out of here before dark. Sedlets awaits!
Hey, we're about to ambush these guys here. We've no clue what's going to hit them.
Jumps him from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the arms, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving bird death such a hiding. The fur is flying off.
Remember, I'm here too, guys. Don't touch me. Fuck. I'm letting them kill everybody.
After Pa was done with it.
I like that wee quick jab there Henry just threw there, man. Sparked the boy out. Put him into Gaga land. Right, well in, boys, well in. Oh, is there more? Oh, jeez. Where's Yusik? Jan, where's Jan? Dry devil, where are you, mate? Come on, Polish guy, you're meant to be solid here. But that's not him, that's not him. That's a Polish guy there, in fact, he's brilliant. He remembers me as Stifler, this guy. He remembers me as Stifler from American Pie. Where are you, bro?
Quick!
There. It's done.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
Oh, it just doesn't seem right. What we did to those people.
Not people, the enemy. Remember that. Trust me, you'll sleep a lot better. By the way, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now, we have to get out of here first.
Yeah, the sooner we make ourselves scarce, the better.
To the task, then.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Burkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me. They're no greenhorns.
We'll see how they fare in battle.
Indeed we will. We'll soon get going. Get ready, and then we'll plan what's next.
I'm sorry.
How are things looking at Malashov? How is Malashov?
Właśnie stamtąd wróciłem. Jedno wiem na pewno. Ten zamek ma kurwa słuszne obwarowania.
Could you slow down a bit? I'm trying to understand you, but I can't keep up.
O co ci chodzi?
This is going nowhere. I need Uher to translate. Oh!
What do you think you're doing here?
I was fucking eating, mate. Mind your own business before I Sparta kick you right in the face.
I'm sorry.
Greetings to you. Certainly. My baths are at your service.
I'd like you to give me a good scrub and take care of my clothes, please.
All right, but money up front.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly. No problem. All right, then. Let's get to it. Follow me.
Such a nice day it
God
was,
bless
Henry?
you, sir.
A little bit of rain never hurt anyone.
He's always in here, man.
Why is it so important to capture Otto von Bergov?
Isn't it obvious?
Pray enlighten me.
Look, Otto von Bergov is the supreme chamberlain of this land. He's in charge of all the royal towns and monasteries, meaning he is worth his weight in silver.
So, it's ransom we're after?
Not quite. Von Bergov is one of the leaders of the League of Lords against the king. If we want the lords to free our king, we have to force them to do it, and capturing von Bergov would be the best way to do that.
And to think, until recently, you couldn't give a damn about politics. How does Zizka want to attack Malashov?
He didn't tell me much, but I got the impression it'll be a bit different compared to the usual tactics. A major operation.
Such secrecy.
It almost seems like he doesn't trust us.
True. Žižka's being damn tight-lipped. But I don't blame the man. After Raborsh, Sigismund had a lot of our people arrested, and I'm sure a lot more are frightened. Any of them could betray us.
You think there could be a spy amongst us?
Doubtful. All of us here would gladly stab Sigismund in the gut.
Or that traitor von Berghoff.
Brabant and I still owe him quite a bit of payback. I can't wait to see the look on his face when we take him captive.
What do you think about the Dry Devil?
Hinek. I think he's a right bastard. But I'd rather fight with him than against him.
So why does Žižka trust him so much?
Hinek is Job's ally, and Sigismund is their common enemy.
Are the main...
Indeed.
What about your mercenaries? Are they good?
Ne t'inquiète pas, mon ami. Le Seigneur Morgenstern can always be relied upon.
Who is this Morgenstern?
C'est un bon ami à moi. We met years ago au Grand Tournoi de Lorraine, at the estate of the Duke there.
Can he be trusted?
Le Chevalier Morgenstern is not only a warrior, but also a serious patron of the heart. A man of renown.
How did you find Morgenstern?
Pendant que vous étiez chez les Hongrois, I went to Kuttenberg. Le Chevalier Morgenstern was with Sigismund. But he turned him down because, le roi n'a pas d'argent. The king has run out of coin.
So he's just an ordinary mercenary?
Not ordinary. He's a renowned condottiere.
Where does this Morgenstern come from?
From Broswig. His ancestor fought for Emperor Charles. A good house, mon ami.
So why is he earning a living as a mercenary?
C'est une triste histoire. He lost considerable estates due to his relatives and battles in Eastern Prussia.
So he became impoverished?
In truth, it was more his passion for art that led him to ruin.
Sir Vaculin, you've had an exciting life. Tell me some stories.
Bien sûr. Your interest is gratifying and quite understandable.
Arezzo sounds interesting.
And so it was. That is where I earned my knighthood from the great Enguerrand de Concy himself, the commander of our Naples campaign. Enguerrand arranged his forces for battle, and I was put in charge of one of the cavalry units. Out of nowhere, the enemy appeared on our unprotected flank, and Enguerrand set me to hold them back so our main force could regroup. But I saw a gap in the enemy's main phalanx. I sounded the charge and sped forwards.
Wasn't that rather risky?
Un chevalier français fears nothing.
I reckon
Give me a lot of second, everybody. I appreciate your time. I'm just going to go and get a Bobby Canny
That
Iron
was
Brew
completely
right now.
different. Alors, I caught them by surprise. I hacked my way to their standard and broke through all the way to the enemy's reservoirs. My attack sowed confusions in the enemy's ranks that encouraged the overlords who raced to join me, scattering everything in their path. And that is how we won the famous victory at Arezzo. Seeing that the force that was supposed to protect them had been routed. The city then surrendered to us. No doubt you had no inkling at Maleshov what a knight you had the honor to meet. And of course my feats on the field of battle do not end there.
Bold maneuver.
Quite right. Courage is my middle name. Just as Monsieur Chapon says, Audantes Fortuna Juva. That day I was the bravest of them all and won the day.
So you disobeyed your commander and left your flank exposed? Your attack could have ended in a total fiasco. You were lucky the others came to your assistance and your entire force didn't collapse.
I hear thee speaking, but you are still wet behind the ears. So, I can forgive you. In short, I saw an opportunity and took it. Moments like that can decide entire wars.
What did your commander have to say?
He made me a knight and sent me to the royal court to inform the sovereign of our triumph.
I reckon he wanted to get you out of his hair.
Do not talk nonsense.
Tell me about Brabant province. Is it far from here?
Quite far. From Bohemia, you would go to Bamberg and then follow the river Main until it joins the Rhone. Then you sail down the Rhone until it reaches the sea. And there, between the river and La Flandre, you will find Brabant, with its wealthy cities. Anvers, Bruxelles, Louvain, and many others. But those three cities are the equal of Paris, Rome, or your Prague. Both the Dukes of Burgundy and the Imperial Princes would like to annex our land to theirs, because its flourishing trade has made it rich. But like everywhere else, you can only come into wealth by birth or by enterprise, which is how I did it.
Luckery and Cargouche. Sounds like a pair of jesters.
En aucun cas. Jacques le Gris and Jean de Carouge. There's two great knights were in a legal dispute over an estate. But above all, when de Carouge was on a campaign, le Gris fornicated with his wife. She claimed that he had raped her, while he said he had seduced him. And because everyone swore to their own truth on the Bible, the matter had to be settled by combat. First, they jousted. Then they fought on foot with sword and axe. Le Gris thought victory was in his grasp, but de Carouge suddenly pounced on him, wrested him to the ground, and beat him so terribly that he knocked off his helmet and cuirass. Even so, Le Gris refused to admit his guilt, and de Carouge drove a dagger through his neck. And if you promise not to tell, I will let you into a secret about that dagger.
Tell me the secret. I promise I'll keep it to myself.
Bien. As I say, de Carouge killed Le Gris with a dagger. And I found that dagger in the mud after the duel. A blessed blade, an instrument of divine justice. The dagger that ended the last trial by combat France ever witnessed. An item of great value. So, I had several copies made and sold them to rich French noblemen. That is how I first came into wealth. And I used the coin to buy the horse and armor I needed to set off in pursuit of glory in battle.
Ha! That was a good idea. I'd never have thought of that.
You still have a lot to learn, mon ami. But you're young, you have plenty of time. Just keep your mind and eyes open, like I did. It was one of the greatest things I ever saw, and I have seen a lot. Believe me, half of France came to watch, including the king himself, who then banned trial by combat in France forever. I later told the story to anyone who was interested. One of my listeners, a certain Froissart, wrote my icon down and became famous. I could have written it myself, of course, but I am happy to help others find success.
How did you end up here?
Leaving the court with a modest sum, I launched to visit faraway lands. I traveled a lot, spending time in various countries, and having many great adventures. when I learned that l'Empereur Charles, that great friend of France, had built the magnificent city of Prague in Bohème, I had to see it.
So people in foreign countries speak highly of Prague?
Bien sûr. It was abroad that I heard of King Wenceslas' Silver City and its reputed vast wealth. I bought the abandoned Miskowitz estates and shares in the Kuttenberg mines. And for a time I settled here to provide for myself and wait for King Wenceslas, whom I wished to serve. But even here fate did not let me be. When Sigismund brought his army to the city, I appointed myself to lead its defense. For how better to make King Wenceslas aware of me than by saving his beloved city? Victory was assured, but the burghers had other ideas. The city was handed over to the enemy, and I with it, stripped of my possessions. I languished in captivity, until fate again stepped in by sending you to Malishov.
Sir Vaclin, I'm surprised how well you speak our language. Where did you learn it?
Where do you think? Here, of course. Ce n'était même pas difficile. Perhaps I have already mentioned that I am guided by Providence? She endowed me with many talents, mastery of language among them. I can communicate almost everywhere in a word, and learn every new tongue in a trice. I now speak French, German, Italian, Latin, Hungarian, and Czech. Some English, though that is only a necessary evil.
How did you save the King of France?
With Providence as my guide, mon ami. I came to the court from the field of battle to bring news of our victory, because, and remember this, the bearer of good news is always rewarded and cherished. But the king was in a bad mood and did not wish to be disturbed. Maybe I thought the news of our victory will dispel his ill humor.
How could you tell him if he didn't want to be disturbed?
Ha! I climbed up to his balcony and into his chambers to surprise him with the joyful tidings. And lo and behold, the king was writhing and gasping on the floor, overcome by one of his fits. Wasting not a moment, I dashed over to him and unblocked his throat, thus saving his life. In return, the king bestowed on me the title of Échanson, or cupbearer, and other generous gifts. And I then spent a while in his service at court. Unfortunately, though, even the king's favor does not last forever, and minor mistakes can come to overshadow good deeds.
What happened at court that led to you being out of favor?
Well, perhaps I shall tell you some other time. Would you not rather hear about the glorious duel between Le Gris and Carouge?
Tell me what happened at court that caused you to lose favor.
Ah, a major setback and a gross injustice, mon ami. It is an unhappy memory, because it was the first time that La Dame Chance abandoned me.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. We can all learn from our failures. And I bet even your failures make for great stories.
Oui, that is certainly true. Very well, then. I suffered a combination of misfortunes all at once. But bad luck in business and on a hunt were the worst of all.
You were in business?
Of course. I come from Brabant province, home to the greatest entrepreneur of all. My birthplace gave me an unrivaled nose for coin and the reputation of a financial expert. I was nicknamed the Seer of Louvain, and also the End of Midas. That is, until I persuaded an important nobleman to invest a large sum in maritime trade with Africa. All the ships he bought sank in a tempest. He had to sell off part of his estates to pay off his creditors. Of course, he wrongly blamed me for everything and turned many influential courtiers against me. But my advice was sound. He was simply punished by God for fornicating with every wench from the Pyrenees to Brittany. bragging about it and thus bringing shame on his gentle wife. I told him as much. But some people never admit their mistakes and prefer to blame others.
A sea voyage from France to Africa? You must have known that was a massive risk.
A risk, perhaps. But think of the fortune to be made. A man must think big if he wants to achieve greatness, no?
Big ideas often lead to big trouble. Storms, pirates, sea monsters, uncharted waters. It was a disaster waiting to happen, Baron. You should have tried the Baltic trade route.
You are right. That would have been safer. But that is under Hanseatic control and there is too much competition. Africa, mon ami, that is the land of opportunity. The Arabs sell to the Portuguese via Ceuta, and they sell on to us. Just imagine selling further and trading directly with African kings, cutting out all of those middlemen. Remember this, because one day I will be proven right.
What other feats have you performed in battle?
Oh, many, mon ami. For one battle does not make a warrior. It would take a week to recount them all, so I will just tell you about my second greatest feat. On the Italian field, we faced John Hawkwood, a ruthless Englishman and a fearsome warrior. Surrounded, we were at his mercy. Night fell, and we knew he would attack at dawn, and that would be it. But just then, Providence put an idea in my mind.
Well, don't keep me on tenterhooks. Go on.
Unobserved, I mounted my horse and set off to find help. And, La Dame Chance was exceedingly kind to me that day. As I rode away, by chance, I stepped it off of our horses. Thinking we were trying to break through, Les Anglais went to head them off. But while the English were occupied with Mycenae, our units managed to flee. I saved many men from certain death that night, and many lords from the disgrace of capture. Needless to say, I was generously rewarded for my valor.
That is indeed incredible.
That's right, nobody expected it. And that's why it worked. Like so many times before, Vauquelin-Brabant arrived to save the day. Unexpected and in the nick of time.
What was the hunting incident?
We were out in the royal hunting grounds when I caught sight of a white stag. There had long been rumors about it, so imagine the prestige I would have gained by getting it. I set off after it, pierced its flank with arrows, and unleashed the hounds to finish it off. When I arrived, it turned out that my aunts had not killed a stag, but the horse of a lady, a court favorite of the queen's. I fell out of her favor, and all the doors became closed to me.
Ah, you were damned unlucky. But that could have happened to anyone, couldn't it?
Quite right. I'm glad you are sensible enough to agree with me. A misfortune like that, which could indeed happen to anyone, would make lesser men roll with laughter. But the other lords were afraid I would outshine them, so they were waiting for a chance to get rid of me. And that chance came along, unfortunately.
Thanks for sharing your stories with me, Sir Backlin. What do you think of our band of outcasts?
Well, I cannot say I expected to end up in this kind of company. I am more used to royal courts, or at least wealthy burghers. But a man must accept his destiny as it comes.
How do you get on with Sir Hans?
Oh, young Lord Chapon may be inexperienced and hot-headed at times, but he's the one of the few here who knows how to play chess. And I have a great respect for chess players. Needless to say, he has not managed to beat me yet. Godwin and Jeska can also play. Ah, and that devil in press clothing beat me. Merde.
What do you think of Zizka?
Le Chevalier Jan? Well, he's not doing badly for a minor nobleman, but I think he will never be accepted among the higher nobles and knights. That takes a lot more. Mark my words. I am a good judge of people.
Have you met Godwin?
The priest who is very skilled with a sword. Priests should not be such good swordsmen. That is what knights like me are for. In addition, he can play chess just as well as he wields a sword. And in drinking wine, he beats even the best Frenchmen. A man of talents. Or perhaps the devil is behind it.
I can't get Catherine out of my head. I don't understand her. I'm sure you have more experience of love than me. What do you make of her? Why is she with us?
Ah, you're right. I am a connoisseur of love like I am of wine. But for my taste, Mademoiselle Catherine is of somewhat aged vintage. Though, I have to admit she's full-bodied and fragrant.
That's not really what I meant. Why is a woman like her with us?
Là est la question. I had the feeling something terrible happened to her in the past.
So do I. But what?
I have no idea. But she is fond of you, if you ask me. Try asking her, and maybe something will come of it. L'amour.
Oh, come on.
I am a good judge of people, trust me. L'amour.
Have you had the chance to meet my half-brother yet?
Samuel. It is strange that he joined your... our group. It is not usual for his, people. But he's certainly a good reinforcement.
What do you think of Sir Hynek?
Ah, le diable sec. A capable chevalier. But I do not trust him. There is treachery in his eyes.
You think so?
My instinct rarely lets me down.
How do you get on with Janosch and Adder?
Oh, those two. Once in Kuttenberg, I also had a servant who pretended not to understand me and thought I did not understand him when he spoke German in my presence. But he was wrong. He is no longer my servant.
What do you think of Kubienka?
A good warrior. But he has no morals and no manners, like all mercenaries.
Well, I don't think he cares much about that.
And that is just the problem. How can you trust a man who does not want to be a knight?
Tell me, how did the siege of Kuttenberg go?
Ah, mon ami, poorly, poorly. But what could I do? Stand down from leading the defense like a coward? After all, I had to live up to my reputation. And at the time, it did not look hopeless at all. I thought it would be enough to stall Sigismund for a while before the Allied army arrived. And that would not have been so difficult.
Only no army arrived.
Précisément. The hope for a swift end melted away, and the courage of the burghers along with it. I, who fought in 5 countries, was relieved of command, arrested, and handed over to Sigismund.
What other countries have you fought in?
In Italy, against the English, here of course, and I will tell you about the others another time. In the meantime, however, I can pass on some of my experience to you. After all, I am not getting any younger, so it is time to pass my wisdom on to future generations.
I'd like to learn.
It will take some time, and a few groschen, mon ami. Acquiring my art came at great cost, so I cannot pass it on for free. Especially now, when I have been injustly stripped of my possessions. and I must rely only on my sharp wits. Ainsi, Valdesta, what would you like to hear?
Sir Vaclin, no doubt you're a master of melee weapons, but are you good with a bow?
Am I good with a bow, mon ami? You should see me hunt in the forest of Ardennes. I once ate a bison in the eye at 200 paces. You will never be that good, of course.
I'm
but I
calling
will
bullshit
show
on
you
that,
how
like,
to do it. And I
he's
think,
talking shit.
with my instruction, you should manage it at perhaps 80 paces. Allons-y, mon ami. Let us not waste any time.
I'd like to learn something.
It will take some time, and a few groschen, mon ami. Acquiring my art came at great cost, so I cannot pass it on for free. Especially now, when I have... What would you like...
Well, I've not got enough for any of them. I need to sell stuff, but I'll do that later. How we doing, bro? You keeping alright, Samuel?
I assume you won't be joining our offensive, right?
Under other circumstances, I would avoid battle. You're right, but this is personal. Otto von Berghoff is responsible for that slaughter in Kuttenberg. It was he who advised Sigismund to attack my people.
So you want revenge?
They plundered the synagogue, murdered dozens of people. That Mamsa must pay. I will play with him like a cat with a mouse. He will beg for mercy, for a quick death.
Zizka will never allow you to do that. Von Berghoff is worth too much.
Fuck Zizka then. It was I who got the money for everything. So no one is going to tell me what I can and cannot do.
Listen,
What
it's not
about
just you, bro.
Why are you willing to fight?
Otto von Berghoff deserves punishment for everything he's done.
So we see eye to eye on him.
Aye. Von Berghoff is nothing more than a swine, brother. And if there's anyone that can get him, then it's Zizka and the devil. That's why I'm going with them to Malashov.
What is it? Do you need something?
Are you coming with us to Malashov?
And what would I do there?
What's wrong? Are you upset?
Am I supposed to be happy? Oh, for Christ's sake, you're all the same. Why do I even bother trying? You'll all just end up getting killed.
If you're talking about that plan, well...
Jan still thinks it'll be easy to capture von Berghoff. But I heard what Ada said.
What did he say?
That Otto von Berghoff has that fortress full of fresh mercenaries, armed to the teeth. My God! I should have slit his throat that time I had the chance at Trotsky.
You should have, to be fair.
Don't worry. It won't be that tough. Brabant mustered some experienced men. It'll be easier with them.
Men! Men! As if everything revolved around you.
Well, there's a war on. We have to fight.
Have to? You have to keep killing?
Look, I just wanted to...
I don't know what you want. I can't figure you out.
I can't figure you out either.
What's changed? We've been fighting the whole time.
Nothing's changed. Except that with every passing day, you're risking more and more. Just try not to get killed, Henry. In the meantime, I'll wait at the fortress in Sukdal. That's where we'll meet.
Alrighty then. got so much stuff on me, man. Well, on the horse, I mean. Right, let's head down.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Right, let's go Yushka.
What awaits us at Malashov?
A short but nonetheless dangerous battle, in the best case scenario.
And in the worst?
Things go to fucking hell, and our worldly cares will be over. So prepare well, this really won't be easy.
I'll come back later.
Well, now just this.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time. Don't you dare hurt me with that thing! There you go.
Good day.
Greetings, Kubyanka.
All the best, friend.
How long have you been a warrior?
I was supposed to be a carpenter, but the job wasn't for me. Most of the time I couldn't even hit the chisel with my mallet. Then I lost my master's money playing dice, so I had to run away. Then I came across a group of mercenaries, and they hired me. Once I got a taste of money, I chose to stay. So, it's been a while now.
Who taught you how to fight?
No one. I was absolutely awful. But I could drink their command under the table, so they let me stay with them. I learned the rest as I went along.
That commander, was it the devil?
No. I only met the devil later, with another band. I've been through several. Once they stop paying, or you run out of things to steal, it's best to go and try your luck elsewhere.
That's exactly what happened when they captured the devil, isn't it? The band broke up.
More or less, but I think he understands. You see? That's mercenary honor.
What honor?
Exactly. There is none.
Why were you the only one of your band who tried to save the devil?
I don't think I could sleep easy if they actually executed that old bastard. Fuck, I know the devil better than I know my own old man. And he still owes me groschen from our last trade. And I take that seriously.
How do you know Zizka?
I think I know him from the ambush near Prague.
Who did you ambush?
His men actually ambushed us. Actually, the outcome was quite similar. They jumped us at a bend. Before we knew it, blood was spilled. They killed our whole band. I was the only one to survive.
Just you? How so?
I was so fucked up that as I cocked my crossbow, the bowstring broke off and slashed my hands.
And you still have both of them?
Saint Bibiana must have been watching over me. My gloves came off, revealing bloody gashes on my palms, like Christ himself. I reckon they had fun watching me jump around, curse and flail my arms. So they kept me. I kept that bloody bowstring for luck.
I'm back. Can we go now?
Good. The task won't wait. In the evening, I'll assemble the men, and then we'll talk about what's next.
I'll wait with you. How about we knock back a few cold ones in the meantime?
I'm not drinking today. I want to have a clear head. But once we have von Berghoff locked up, I'll gladly drink the whole region dry.
So I say him, what do you expect when you drink like fish? Fish is not able to walk either.
And then he threw you out?
No, he cannot, because...
Ah, vous êtes là. What is happening, Capitaine?
A mam nadzieję, że kurwa przeżyjemy.
Pojebało cię.
Enough of the chit-chat. I want to know if we're gonna get to work, Zizka.
We shall. No reason to wait. Von Berghoff won't stay in Malashov forever.
So tonight?
Before dawn. Even the dogs will still be snoring. And we'll have plenty of time to move.
I can't wait.
Sorry to disappoint you, Hinnek. I need you in the village.
Oh, fuck. I was looking forward to that cannon.
Hey, Kubienka. You were in the artillery in Sempak, weren't you?
Yes, but in the guard detail. I don't know shit about firing.
Well, at least it's some kind of experience.
I believe I might be of assistance, mes amis.
You've already helped quite enough, Frenchman.
The Duc de Bourgogne, once, showed off such a bête lourde in Champmol. And I was there.
Is that so, Baron? Do you know how to handle it?
Oui. If I have a few strong men to assist me.
All right. Kubianka will go with you. If anything fucks up, we're counting on you to save our asses. The rest of us will lure the fortress garrison out, so we can cut them off. We'll split into two groups. Me and my men will cut the village off from the fortress. The second group will enter the village from the other side and cause mayhem. That'll be your job. Set fire to a haystack, make a racket. In short, anything that will lure the fortress garrison out into the open. You get me, Devil?
Oh, aye. A good old blood orgy. As soon as they stick their noses out, the trap falls.
And the rest will go like this. Listen up. Malashov is only a handful of cottages and a tavern. Fortunately, Kunzlin's fortress is a bit beyond the village.
Fuck. Looks more like a small castle.
Aye, it's well fortified. It's got a moat, 2 gates, and a big tower. That's where von Berghoff will be.
And don't forget the drawbridge and the secret passage.
Korytarz był zamknięty, byłem tam.
Aye, it's to be expected they'll seal off the passageway, so we have to get inside, over the bridge, and through the gate. You and Capon will deal with that, Henry. You two know it better from inside. Then, you'll let us in.
Damn. That'll be as hairy as the balls of St. Killian.
Aye, it won't be easy. But this isn't the first time for us. And besides, this time we've got artillery to back us up. We have to get to the tower whatever happens. And if it all works out, we'll drag von Berghoff right out of bed.
God willing, he'll be sleeping like a log.
And another thing, the Devil's Den is no longer safe. So after the attack, we'll pull back to Sukhto Fortress.
Any place better than that shithole.
You're right there.
Ebez, no doubt Peter Pisek will be delighted to welcome us.
He wants to fight Sigismund? Well, here's his chance. Especially since he missed the last skirmish with von Berghoff. Any questions?
What should I do?
You and Sam come with me. I need your youthful... zeal.
Everything is clear to me.
We're glad. Hitch up, men! Let's take advantage of the dark and get to Malashov before the cock crows.
Whatever.
What the fuck? Don't know whether he sprayed me with blood or piss.
What, are you mad? We were only supposed to stir things up.
What did you think we'd do? Get drunk with them? Torch the village. No prisoners.
Look, just wait a moment.
What is it, youngster? What's the problem?
Do we have to burn down the whole village?
What of it? Can't you carry out a simple task?
Well, I don't know if...
Listen, Von Bergau's in that fortress full of men. When they see the fire, they'll run out to extinguish it. They won't be expecting us. I never put my men's lives on the line. Especially if I can have the element of surprise.
You're right. The trap must be sprung.
So, let's go and do our job, and hope things don't get fucked up for once. If anyone runs for the forest, let them go. The other yokels are out of luck. Leave him be. Can't help anyone anyway. What you keeping at? I've a job to finish. Get to it. I'll be watching you. See whether you do what you're supposed to.
How's this gonna end?
My God! Leave us alone!
Quick, man! It needs to look like a fire! Let anyone go who's running for the forest! Kill the rest!
Mary, Mother of God! Have mercy on us!
Save yourself! Run into the woods! Fast!
Fuck you, shit! Get out of here if you want to live, you dung brother!
Wanker! You're mine!
Come on, then!
I don't have time now.
Come here, quick! Hurry!
I'm here now.
How did it go? Was everything all right?
Aye. The village is ours. What next?
Now we'll go for von Berkhoff. He's the key to freeing our King Wenceslas. So, we still have the hardest part ahead of us. Help will soon arrive from the fortress. We'll hide on both sides of the road and ambush them. With that, the trap will have been sprung, and von Berkhoff will be left with just a few men at the castle. We'll make quick work of them.
I understand.
Good. To the task, friend.
Hey, not now.
position! Leave him alone! That's it!
Everyone, follow me.
Hold on here. Now to get to the fortress.
You fucked up?
Thank Christ. The trap was sprung, and those poor wretches are in God's hands.
We're in a war, aren't we?
Up to our ears, Sir Hans. Up to our ears. It's almost your time. You need to sneak quietly over the wall, youngsters.
It's still dark. That'll give us cover.
I'll go with him.
I appreciate it, but this is not for you.
Easy, Father. We're trying not to die here.
I'm giving them my best men. That'll have to do, friend.
I'd like to see what they look like.
Here I am. Kalani, we got leather. And other go ahead to check out fortress.
Good, Janosch. We'll take care of the drawbridge. And you, Henry, open up the first gate for Zizka.
And then we'll storm in there like a fox into a chicken coop.
I understand. Let's go.
Exactly. Off you go. No time to waste.
Good luck, fellas.
Good. The guards are busy with the fire in the village on the other side. Let's go, fellas.
That is a good place.
There? Really?
Yeah, there. Nekafre and do it already.
Yeah. Hey, just a moment.
You go first, Henry. Watch out for the guards. Show your stuff!
Watch out! They attacked the castle! Close the gate!
Now just to open that gate.
Watch out! They attacked the castle! Down close! Fuck them up! Hold the line! Fuck yourself! Fuck you! Come in. Hey, come on! The wagon's closer.
Ruszaj kozy, ty! Kurwa! Dalej! Jazda, pchaj! Aż mi włosy na dupie nęba wstają.
Dopicie! Ten brat and push!
Już dojrzałem, by sobie pochędować. Tak się do
All not lost, boys. We still have that cannon. We just have to hold on.
Take cover! Hey! Help! Too much for me! For Christ's sake, get on with it!
shoot through you!
It will be
Our
quick!
lives are on the line! Hit something already, Kubienka! I can't see him!
We can't take much more of this. Can't those idiots hit anything?
Give them time! They're all out of time! Let's go. Forward! To the top! Let's go, quick! Forward! Forward!
Hey! Fickle jumping him is there!
Come and help me with this.
What are you looking at?
Those fancy moves. I'll be done with you.
Let's go, men! Clean things up here! Sam! Ada! Someone get an axe and turn this fucking door into splinters!
Hey, fuckers! We have all the time in the world. We'll wait for the Hungarian cavalry to show up from the camp.
Boy, come here, quick!
What will we do now?
Everything's fucked.
Von Berghoff is holed up in the tower. He has shooters there, and we're running out of time.
We'll have to parley with him.
No, we must withdraw. Things are about to get pretty hairy here.
No way! Let's go to the walls. We're going to have a nice little talk with the Royal Chamberlain. Hey, you! Up there in the tower! We want to talk!
Listen! Stop shooting!
Now we'll see what Von Berghoff comes up with.
Fuck all! He's trapped!
Chamberlain, you are surrounded! I propose you honourably capitulate!
He doesn't have a drop of honor in him.
Ah! Would you give me one reason why I should do that, Pirkstein? I'm quite comfortable here. I will gladly wait for my allies in Kuttenberg to arrive. You can talk to them. Ah! And you're making a lot of noise. All that shooting you're doing must have been heard in the Hungarian camp.
That's possible, Otto. But anyone who comes to help you is going to have a hard time if we torch your tower. You'll be burnt to a crisp before Sigismund's minions arrive.
Are we really getting anywhere with this?
We still have your finger of God. Perhaps we could repay you your kindness at Nabokov.
Ha! I doubt it. You don't have enough gunpowder for that. And I think that would cause great discomfort for Lady Rosa here.
Sir Hans? Henry?
Is there a point to any of this? I mean, we can avoid further trouble.
Why? Do you have a better idea? I have loads of time, so I would love to hear it.
You know us, and you know we won't back down. And we won't let you leave here. Do you want to refuse being ransomed? Do you want to push us to the limit?
How dare you?
As you wish. But know this. No matter how many men we lose, you won't outlive this day. We have your cannon. And we won't leave here until everything's destroyed.
And now we're fucked.
You're nothing but a band of idiots. And I'm not interested in negotiating with idiots.
And we're running out of time. The Hungarian cavalry could show up at any moment now.
Enough. No more pussyfooting around. My! You are feeling quite self-confident, Lord von Berkhoff. But as you've already heard, we will gladly set this tower ablaze. Of course, that is if you think it's a better solution than surrendering to us and then helping us save the king.
After all, might do more good for our king than fucking around with a ransom for one fish in a barrel. I'm talking about you, Otto.
No. I won't let you burn Rosa alive.
Who says I want to burn anyone? Nothing will happen to anyone. You'll see.
Look, I'll take care of this. I'll try to rescue Rosa.
Are you out of your mind?
We'll see who comes out on top. I'll go first and clear a path for you.
Well, you've got some serious fucking balls, lad.
Cut it out. Are you serious about this, Henry? You'll be outnumbered.
Aye. And I'll be going first.
Whatever you say. Ada and Sam will cover your back. We'll pretend we're still parleying. At least we might distract their attention.
Christ, Henry, be careful.
Good luck, soldier. We won't leave you in the lurch.
Thanks. I hope Fortuna isn't having a day off today. And if she is, farewell, friends. It's been an honor.
I think we've misunderstood each other, Lord von Berghoff. You have my word. Nothing will happen to you.
Not even Sigismund himself wants war any longer. There's still time to
now.
make a deal.
Later. You know how things work, Otto? So why the fuck are we clowning around here?
Damn it, Otto. There's no sense in this.
Smash
Look
them
out, brother!
good!
They have crossbows and a pistol there.
Are you injured?
Yes. But do not worry. Do not worry.
They're coming! Shoot! Take down anyone who gets in here.
Now, what's Glutz do?
Hey, Maverick!
Not enough?
Fucking whole sons! Oh, Dino, eh? Want me to get you more? Bad luck!
Odwal się, spieprzaj!
How fickle Lady Fortune is. First you're on top, and then you hit the bottom. Who would have thought back in the Barkov how things would turn out?
Come on.
Move.
What? Did you think I'd have you tortured like you did to me?
Time to settle accounts. You will pay for what you have done.
No! He's under my protection.
He's a murderer. He deserves to die.
Nobody's going to be killed here.
Fuck! That was a blast. My skull's ringing.
The way that Brabant loaded the last shot, it nearly blew his French ears off. It is wonder that Fox survived it.
You got lucky today. You won't next time.
The finger of God is fucked, Otto. Sorry, that must have cost a king's ransom. Oh, my lady! Anyway, I think we're all done here.
We have what we came for. Load up the wounded, and anything of value, you're ready to leave.
You go ahead. I'll just have a look around here.
All right, Henry. Take care.